Oh my gosh, Sam. There's no one here.
No one's here?
There's no one's
Ian?
here. I guess we're not gonna have anyone between Taorminas.
Wait. Boys, I'm late.
Oh.
But I am between Taorminas. Well, I ran 4 red lights to get here just to be between Taorminas, and I'm glad I am because, oh, your knee, sorry. Keep patting his knee.
I know.
Yeah, anyways, boys, glad to be here. Glad to be safe and warm nestled right between you boys. First, we got a lot of topics to get to today. Lots going on in the NFL, a lot to get to there. First, let's talk about a little bit of Oakland and Fort Wayne, my favorite team on earth. I'm talking about Oakland, not Fort Wayne. I think Fort Wayne should be abolished from the map, along with the entire state of Indiana.
Oh.
You are cold.
Huh?
You have any respect for Fort Wayne?
None.
Okay.
You have no respect for the state of Indiana.
Every
The
time I
Hoosier
drive
State.
through there to get to Chicago, I have to plug my nose and close my eyes.
Oh, jeez.
Nope, I hate it.
Anyways, you are aware that we had a couple of weeks ago a question was asked about, and you openly bashed Fort Wayne, and I thought you were gonna just apologize and just be sincere and be honest. Now, you're being cold.
I'm being sincere and honest, though. I'm not apologizing. It's my sincere and honest opinion that I can't stand Indiana or Fort Wayne.
Not even the Fort Wayne Comets. That's unbelievable.
Ian,
What?
I'm so disappointed with you. And you bashed Fort Wayne, you bashed IPFW, you bashed the entire state of Indiana.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what is wrong with you? I mean,
You
like,
like Indiana?
I respect the state of Indiana. You know what I mean? I mean, like, I respect that the Hoosier State, of course, is one of the best basketball states, in the entire area, and of course, there is a basketball game to be played in Indiana on Saturday. Of course, Oakland and IPFW.
I respect the granola caught in my mustache more than I'll ever respect Indiana.
Jeez. Well, anyways, on the game, I think it's going to be a really good game between both teams. I think that both of them have had really struggling seasons. Oakland is getting it turned around. They've had a really impressive win on Saturday, and then Fort Wayne, IPFW, they've got a really good forward in Frank Gaines, who's pretty good. They've both have had a pretty down seasons, but hopefully get it turned around, especially Oakland. And
this is a big game for both teams. I mean, you look at the matchup with Oakland and IPFW. I mean, like, IPFW, they've had their ups and downs, you know what I mean? But I'm really surprised at what like with Oakland's season. I mean, like, Oakland's lost three Summit League games.
they've actually lost 4, I think. 4.
I mean, like, it's still, it's un-Oakland, like, but with IPFW, IPFW, a lot of people said about them that they were gonna struggle under their new coach, but IPFW is gonna be here to stay. You know what I mean?
You think?
I think they could give Oakland problems this Saturday.
I think Oakland's going to rebound. I think Oakland's going to win the game on Saturday because Oakland's got more firepower. Oakland's got more in terms of offense. I mean, the defense hasn't been there as much, but it's getting back, and I think that Oakland's going to rebound and finish well in the Summit League.
If you look at it, I'm a little worried about this team, Oakland, because like if you Benson Hudson's gone. I'm a little nervous about the rebounding edge because I think IPFW's got an edge in rebounding in this matchup. Guard play, of course, is Oakland with Reggie Hamilton against Frank Gaines.
Frank Gaines is a forward, Sam. Oakland's going to smoke them on the guards.
I think, but I think it's gonna come down to maybe like a 5-10 point game, But because I think IPFW is going to have their way on the boards. I think Oakland is going to have to shoot lights out if they want to win in Fort Wayne.
I think nonetheless it'll be a pretty good game, other than the fact that Ian has some beef with Fort Wayne. I don't understand it. I probably will never understand it.
Just go to Indiana. Take a look around.
I've been to Indiana. I think that Indiana's not a bad state.
Well, you're a better man than I, because I don't like it.
What's there not to like?
Everything.
Indianapolis is the homeless Super Bowl. Indianapolis.
Yeah, Indianapolis is
Thank
homeless.
God
Super
Lions
Bowl.
aren't in it, because I don't have to worry about not going
They've
there.
got a very nice. Indianapolis is actually a pretty nice town.
There may be small cells and pockets of niceness in the state of Indiana, but you won't find that on the IPFW campus. I know that's for sure.
I've been to IPFW's campus. I don't think it's a bad campus. I mean, it's really,
Well, even though I've never been to Fort Wayne and IPFW's campus, I know IPFW is a great campus. It's got great kids, great institution,
I've been to the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum. The Coliseum, same place where the Fort Wayne Comets play. I think it's a nice building. It's an older building, but it's a nicer building.
Gentlemen, I have one question for you.
Yes.
Why do you think the Pistons moved from Fort Wayne to Detroit?
Bigger city, I guess.
Is it because it's a bigger city, or is it because they know what I know? They feel how I feel.
I think how they feel is, I disagree with everything that you just said, and
I think you're a cold, collective individual.
Yeah, you are. Be honest with you.
So be it. You know who else comes from Indiana? Michael Jackson.
Isaiah Thomas went to Indiana.
Huh?
Larry Bird went to Indiana State.
Larry Bird, yeah. See.
Isaiah Thomas was from Indiana. Played under Robert McGovern Knight.
Bob Knight coached Indiana.
Yep.
One of the
Gene
more
Katie coached Purdue. Heck, Dane Fife coached Fort Wayne.
Yeah, Dane Fife.
And Ron
Fort
Penner
Wayne.
coached IUPUI.
Yep, Dane.
Fife, Indiana. You know what I mean? God bless your hearts.
Yes.
We'll be back after a short commercial break, and I teach some sense to these boys about Indiana and life in general. God bless you.
Did you know that you can watch ONTV on the web? How cool is that? Just surf on over to www.orionontv.org to watch your favorite on-TV show. A service of Orion Neighborhood Television.
Can ONTV really be a part of Orion's history? Can a 100-year-old school be moved and preserved?
ONTV, a part of Orion's history since 1986.
Welcome back to Between Taorminas. Unfortunately, Sammy could not join us because... Oh, there he is. Never mind. Oh, sorry.
You are terrible.
Well, tell me something I don't know. Listen, boys, the Lions lost. We're all sad. Who dat? Anyways, what we're going to do now is I want to get into the Lions a little bit, what we can look forward to next year, and then we're going to rehash the old debate, Tebow and the Patriots.
I hope the Lions can learn something from their defense. When you allow 90 points
in 2 games.
Yeah. About 1,300 yards in those stretches, this deep, and of course you have Eric Berry, you know what I mean?
Aaron Berry?
Aaron Berry,
yeah.
who tweeted about...
Wish we had Eric Berry.
Yeah, but having everybody go back to your miserable lives, you know what I mean? And come on now.
He's probably from Indiana.
No, he's not. Oh. But still, on the Lions, the offense is there, defense needs work,
So in the draft, they're picking 23rd, I think.
They better take a corner.
A corner?
They better take a corner.
According to a good source, close to us, a really good source. God bless her.
Michelle Griswold?
No. The Lions were wanting to go offense.
Really?
Which I think,
No.
Look what cost them.
Yeah. Well,
look what cost them.
Do you want them to take a corner as well with their first pick?
They need to look at someone in the secondary for starters because New Orleans just passed at will. You got to give credit to New Orleans first of all because of they used all their options. There's not many teams that are going to compete with New Orleans with the well-oiled offensive machine. But the Lions defense, I'm not talking about the line, but I'm talking about the secondary. They just stunk.
Yeah.
Either it's inexperience or
They couldn't get out the field on third down against the Saints. Or fourth down. I mean, that's why the Lions lost, because if you look at it, they had about 4 plays where they could.
Do you think it's inexperience with the secondary? Do you think it's inexperience, or do you think it's
It's stupidity.
So you think it's stupidity, and I think it's inexperience.
Okay.
What do you think?
Let me pose a question, and I'll tell you what I think. New Orleans not only passed at will, but they ran the ball at will as well.
No pressure.
Which troubles me because this line was supposed to be great. And it was anything but this year, and especially the last half of the season.
I think a lot of that is, the Seuss situation, the way that it went down. It could have been that. It could have been the, the defensive line of the Lions didn't do bad this year.
They didn't do bad.
The offensive line didn't do bad this year either.
When you look at it,
anybody with a winning record.
No, they didn't. You're right.
But look at the time and resources they have spent to make this line, this D line, great, and it hasn't been great. Part of the run game though is also Tulloch. He had a bad game at the linebacker position.
Yep.
But I think we might need another linebacker from the draft.
I think
Do you think a defensive coordinator should be fired?
No.
I think linebacker needs a. Yeah, you're right. Linebacker needs addressed. Corners got to be addressed.
Yeah, absolutely.
They need a good, really good corner that just understands the game, and just doesn't have to deal with and just smart in coverage.
Well, Chris Houston, I think, is a good corner.
Yeah, Chris Houston's a good
stay.
corner. Yes, but they need somebody in that other corner.
Right.
And as for Mr. Berry, see ya.
I like that.
See ya.
Yeah. What about Delmas? He's pretty good. He's good at run support.
Yeah,
he's a good hitter.
He can stay.
But
He'll stay.
I think they need also another safety.
They need another safety. They need another safety. They need another linebacker.
Checking the draft.
Now, listen, boys. You also said our offense is good, right? Fine.
Yeah, our offense is fine.
But New Orleans has an even worse rush defense than we do, and we couldn't run the ball.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because I guess I think it comes down to Drew Brees. You know what I mean? Matthew Stafford, had some trouble audible. Trying to. The Lions are not a short passing team. And then you look at.
No, they're not.
Look at the Saints. They use a lot of misdirection. They use Pierre Thomas.
The Saints are a well-oiled offensive machine.
Good off.
You can't. What if it wasn't New Orleans? Do the Lions lose against another team if it wasn't New Orleans at the Superdome? That's a question. They had to play New Orleans twice.
Right, but the Lions' rushing game.
Yes,
how do you fix it? Is it linemen?
You either go in the draft, you either check the
Shore
offensive
and Best
line.
are going to come back.
Right.
Right.
So
they were injured all year long.
Those two are going to come back and create a vengeance maybe for the Lions.
But do you think that we need to spend a second or third round pick on a lineman?
No.
Not a running back, a lineman.
Oh, a lineman?
No lineman.
No.
Lineman?
No?
No.
You like what we got?
I like what we got.
You want to bring Backus back? Backus is a free agent?
Yeah, I think
I like
Backus.
what we got.
Bring him back?
I think bring him back.
Okay.
I don't think there's a lot of
Gotta
issues
bring
with the
back
line.
Megatron too. He's free agent too.
He'll be a free agent after this year, after 2012.
I don't think the issue is with the, with the
Anything on the
line.
offense.
No.
You would be fine if we spent 7 picks on defense.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, that's fine. Boys, we got some ghosts in our closet to exhibit here. Tebow's back. This time he invades Foxborough.
Tebow, I think, and of course I know Mr. Ronan here is going to hate me for this, but the
He already
NFL
hates you,
needs
don't worry about
the
it.
NFL needs Tim Tebow to do well.
Wow.
Because Tim Tebow brings ratings, and of course if you look at it, the NFL is going to do everything in their power to just screw around the Patriots this week.
No, you're hearing all this Tim Tebow hype. Listen, Tim Tebow's a good man, a good person, but just the press needs to leave him alone. When are they going to leave him alone and just let him be himself? I mean, enough with the hype already about Tim Tebow. Face it, this Tim Tebow mess, it ends in Foxborough. I guarantee it.
I think it's going to continue because, like, I think Denver's going to find a way and win this game.
Yeah, I know New England's defense is not the best, but bottom line is, if you look at the offenses, New England's
Denver
offense is
just
better
beat
than
Pittsburgh.
But New
Pittsburgh
England's
has the top
offense
defense
is
in the
better
league.
than Denver's.
New England's defense is the worst defense in the league.
Let me finish my point. New England's offense is simply better than Denver's, and in terms of outscoring Denver, especially in Foxborough, New England is very, very good at home. They don't lose at home very often. Also, New England has that week off, and you know that old saying with veteran teams. Veteran teams benefit from extra weeks off.
Well, if you look at it here, Denver's gonna be riding a lot of emotion,
Which is going to backfire.
a lot of them. You know, they still got a good defense. I mean, like, but also, you know, sure, they're going to be without one of their top receivers, and I'm a little scared about Josh McDaniels coming into Foxborough. But, you know, I just think that, you know, with all the distractions, I think Tim Tebow is going to find a way in Foxborough to get it done and send Denver to the AFC Championship game against the Baltimore Ravens, and they get blown out by the Ravens.
New England's just got the best. Baltimore Ravens? Wow. Okay. New England's got the best in terms of the offense. New England's got like New Orleans and Green Bay, is a well-oiled machine on offense. I don't see Denver. You know, Denver's going to have to outscore them, and that plays right into New England's hands. And in the end of the day, you know, New England's got a lot more rest. You know, they've got a lot more time to prepare, a lot more time to scout.
Well, they got Josh McDaniels. You know, Josh McDaniels is a former coach.
Yep. Also, that coaching experience is going to help.
He drafted him.
But that's going to help them too, big time.
Let me pose a question to you about this game. You watched the Steelers and Broncos, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Pittsburgh played the same defense the Lions did.
Well, you noticed when the Broncos blitzed Roethlisberger, they got to him. They got him off his game.
Yep.
When they went back and played prevent, Roethlisberger picked him apart. Do you think a key to this Bronco victory, if there is one, is the Denver defense and them putting pressure on Tom Brady?
Absolutely, because if you make Tom Brady's life miserable, then, and I think Denver's defense can do that. I think I think Denver's defense can get to him and blitz him, because I don't think New England's offensive line is that good.
Put a fork on the road, it's all over. Denver has no chance against New England. End of story.
When we get back, we're going to talk a little NHL realignment. You're watching Between Taorminas
On ONTV.
Can ONTV really change the way you see Orion? Can a community hold a talent show to raise mental health awareness?
ONTV, a part of Orion's history since 1986. This is you, and this is your community. You have a great idea, but how do you get that idea to your community? ONTV has your answer. You see, ONTV is a part of your community. We help you get your idea on cable, so everyone you know will learn about your great idea. So, what are you waiting for? Get your idea on cable and into your community. Get your idea on TV.
Hello. Welcome back to Between Taorminas. Boys, NHL, we discussed the realignment on the show, but that proposal was turned down by the players. Fill us in.
It was turned down because of travel concerns and the imbalance of the new conferences, like, you know, 7 and 8 team divisions. Anyway, you know, from a Dallas fan's perspective, I'm very disappointed because
Wouldn't it also be from the Wings' perspective as well? I mean, if you looked at the schedule,
Yes,
Well,
so
same conference.
Yeah, they would be in the same conference. I think that from a travel perspective, yeah, I get that, it will affect it'll affect travel, but I mean,
it'll affect travel because if you're a Dallas fan, you got to go and play Anaheim, Los Angeles, San Jose, all of them in the West
Wings
Coast
gotta go
in
west.
two different time zones. Detroit doesn't. Detroit, I know it hurts them because they got to go west. I know, and
lots
also,
of travel mileage.
The travel mileage. But also, if you look at what Dallas is perspective, they're in the same division as LA, Anaheim, San Jose, and they're in three different time zones.
But don't you think that maybe it was too radical? Maybe you want to take it, get a softer approach as well,
then you're
make
gonna put
going
Winnipeg
into smoothly, but
Winnipeg's going to stay in the Southeast Division, Eastern Conference. I mean,
yeah, I agree,
Winnipeg's
that's
got to
ridiculous,
move to
but-
Western Conference.
All right, here's a solution. Detroit, Winnipeg. Swap.
You move the Wings to the Southeast.
Not divisions, but conference.
Well, yeah, I mean that's been long documented that the Wings should go east. But what about Nashville? I mean,
What about
Nashville,
Columbus?
they're
They
in-
got a case, too.
Columbus?
Nashville's got a case. Columbus got a case.
Here,
I mean,
I'll tell you what to do with Columbus. You're not a team anymore.
you're saying get rid of Columbus?
Yeah, they're terrible. They're a terrible franchise. No one watches the games, and all they care about is Buckeye football down there.
Are you
Get rid of
sure?
them. Yeah, I'm sure.
You're sure?
Yes.
Because when I went down to Columbus last year, I saw quite a bit of Blue Jacket fans.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Nah.
You're
Well,
in denial.
back to the topic. I mean, I think it
Something
hurts.
smells good.
It hurts Detroit because they gotta play. They gotta do a lot more time. They gotta play San Jose a couple more times, LA a couple more times. Anaheim a couple. It hurts Dallas worse because they gotta play because Anaheim,
don't
LA,
see me
and
talking
San Jose
about
are
Colorado
in the
on the show.
same division.
It doesn't hurt Dallas because Dallas is at least in the central time zone, and they only have to jump over 2. Detroit has to go over 3.
It hurts Dallas because of that. Because
It hurts
of the
them,
time.
but not as much
It
as Detroit.
hurts.
You don't see me talking about Colorado on this show because I know, I'll be honest, a lot of fans,
Don't
well,
like Colorado?
Yeah, sadly.
Yeah. He keeps talking about Dallas. No one likes Dallas.
Big.
Well, if you look at it, it's disappointing. I'm very disappointed by the players, and unfortunately it's going to start. The CBA's up this year. The collective bargaining group's up.
We looking at another lockout here or what?
I'm scared.
No.
I'm a little nervous. But
I'm
I'm
just-
hoping Donald Furr and Gary Bettman, even though I wish Gary could be on the show, can
I just
get
think
to
a
settle out.
smooth, slow transition, I think, will help in the long run.
So, okay, what's a step moving forward then? What is something that would appease you and you think would appease hockey fans? There has to be change.
Yeah, there has
What's
to be
that
change.
change though?
I think if you look at I like the playoff idea. I would re-look at the conference ideas. I think that the issue is the conference ideas. I would really re-look at, maybe going down shorter divisions or shorter conferences a little bit.
I would probably
Keep the playoff.
I would keep the playoff
Format?
format. I would keep the playoff format system, but I would switch either Detroit, Nashville, or Columbus to the east, and probably it's looking like geographical standpoint be Nashville, and then put Winnipeg up in the central. You know what I mean? Even though it's gonna hurt because I'm a Stars fan.
Here's what I would do. Get rid of 4 to 6 teams and put Detroit in the East.
I think a lot of Wings fans want to go east, but I know that there's some of them that want to go west, stay west as well.
I think NHL problems are similar to that of the NBA's, where they're spread a little thin. Okay, there's too many teams and markets that really, like Phoenix. When they play the Wings, they sell out because more than half the people are Red Wings fans. What happens the other, 80 games?
Get rid of.
Saying that the competitive issue. You're
Well,
talking about
that
the competitive
and
issue.
they got
They have no money to
they got a
operate.
sale going on.
A lot. Well, a lot of people think that why are the Wings good every year? I mean,
Because their fans.
they don't give a chance for
filthy.
other teams to compete. That's just fact.
Oh, cowboy! There's a salary cap, so everyone can compete the same. If you wanted to say that back in 2002 when the Wings had every star under the sun, sure. And I don't mean Dallas Stars.
Quite.
When they had infinite money to use like the Yankees, then sure. But now there's a salary cap, and they just keep winning. All right, we got a question here from Sean McNamara from New Jersey. Is that a good Jersey accent?
You mean talking about Jersey Shore?
Yes, he's right off the beach, basically.
That's sad.
He wants to know, he's a Spartan, are the MSU Tom Izzos a top 10 basketball team this year?
I think they've got, they struggled early against North Carolina and Duke.
No.
They're getting their act back here. I think that playing against the Big Ten teams benefit them. I think that in the in-conference, the whole conference is getting better. Do I think that they're a top 10 team? I think Ohio State's still the team to beat in the Big Ten. Do I think Michigan State's a top 10 team? I think once they beat Indiana at home. They beat Wisconsin on the road.
Indiana.
They beat Wisconsin on the road.
Yep.
I think they're going to beat Michigan.
It's going to be a great test. Michigan's a good team.
I think Ohio State's going to be the true test for Michigan State. If they can beat Ohio State, then yes, Michigan State's a top 10 team. I think if you look at it, Michigan State, they beat Wisconsin on the road, beat Indiana. Their two losses earlier in the year was to North Carolina, who's third in the country, and Duke, who went down to sixth in the country. If you look at, those are two top 10 teams in the country right there. I think Michigan State, they are a top 10 team in my opinion, because if you look at it, they went and beat Gonzaga on the road. They beat those two teams that they had. But the schedule. Look at the mid-major teams that they've beat. They still gotta play Michigan. They gotta play Ohio State. They gotta play Purdue. They gotta play. They gotta play Illinois. Those are teams that are not gonna be easy games. Look at all the mid-major schools they beat in December, in November and December. And I think that playing those mid-major teams, I'm not sure if they tested Michigan State like they could have, but I look at those, all those games are winnable. In Bowling Green, UMKC, those games are winnable games. And those games Michigan State is supposed to win. Before the games that they won in the RPI, before they beat Wisconsin, you do make a good point, because those teams that Michigan State beat were under 200 in the under 200 in the RPI. That's bad, and that's not very good. Aren't they over? Over 200. Sorry, yeah. Over, yeah, because RPI is not very good. Better. You know what I mean? That's the thing that they look at, and.
What's RPI? Rebounds per inning?
No,
rating
percentage index.
Rating percentage index.
That's what NCAA looks at for NCAA tournament.
Yeah. Yes, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's kind of one of the biggest things that they look into the NCAA committee. Mm-hmm. I'm a bit critical of them because of how they've put Oakland in the tournament the last few years. Why put them with Texas? No offense to Texas. It's just that Texas was a very good team, ranked at that time number 4 in the country.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, boys. So you think when it's all said and done, MSU will be a top 10 team?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
What? Oh.
No.
Okay.
I don't think.
Maybe 11th.
I think they'll be 15th.
15ish.
I think they can be 5th in the country.
Oh, wow.
I think the thing with Michigan State is that the lower the seed in the NCAA, the better they do in the NCAA tournament.
Okay, well, that makes sense. Boys, thank you for being here.
You were late.
Anything? High
you
fives?
were late.
Finger
No.
touch?
No.
We'll see you next week for Between Taorminas. I'm Ian Witherspoon. Good night.